So, with JJ not here this week, I decided to kind of sit down and do a quick little rant on my own and talk about this week's games not this week's, but this entire month's gaming reveals. So this month is typically reserved for E3, and I have been ecstatic about all the game reveals that have been shown, and I kind of want to talk about some of the games that I was interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and take the reins and do a quick video. So this won't be an hour long. We'll see how long this goes. And yeah, we'll just start with some of the bigger announcements that I've really enjoyed and loved. First one that I saw was the Persona 3 remake. I am so hyped for this game. Is everything I could ask for in a remake of Persona 3. I'm a big fan of Persona 5. That's the one I first started with, and then I played 4, and I played a little bit of 3. And to see the combat in 3 be evolved with the combat in Persona 5 just blows me away and makes me so excited for this pretty much new game, because it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. It's using the same mechanics as Persona 5 in terms of combat. I'm excited and ecstatic for what this game is going to look like and be. It is so sick that it's being played on every console and PC, so I don't have to buy a PlayStation 5 to play it like I did with Persona 5 with PS4. I'm glad they made it super easy for us to play. Next up is a game that I know JJ isn't going to be excited about. That's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, they just took the original game and blew it up into their open world. I don't know how much of the open world they're going to show. I mean, it's very clear that we don't know, but a lot of elements are being added. It's no longer teased that this game is essentially like a sequel throughout this, because there are some major spoilers in this trailer that kind of reveal that. I won't say explicitly what they are, because I know that people might, while they might want to hear about it, they might not want to actually see the specific things that were shown in the trailer. Yeah, there is something just exciting about Final Fantasy VII that I loved Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I know that I'm going to love Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'm just glad they're really, really jumping into the whole, we are changing the fucking lore of Final Fantasy VII, which is awesome. At least I think it's awesome. If JJ was here, he'd be like, fuck you, idiot. And I'm going to look at him like a boomer and tell him to go screw himself. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out. It looks really good. Also set to release in early 2024. Gameplay looks awesome. The world looks amazing. And it really depends on if the story's good. I hope the story is good, because I know I loved the gameplay of this. Next up is another big one from the Xbox showcase, which was Starfield. Now, they really, really, really went in depth with Starfield and all of the mechanics. I hope this game isn't going to be the next Cyberpunk. I really see Bethesda taking their time with this game and really making sure that it's a good game. From all the things they mentioned, from player cosmetics, player traits, the way it affects the world and the people around you, and how you can recruit crew members and they can affect the way quests go and storyline goes. And it seems very massive. Is it revolutionary? No, but it seems like a really, really fun, immersive sim. It's more than just an open world. I think this is going to be a fun, immersive sim that players are really going to sink their teeth in come September. Me included, maybe. It's a large game. I have to find the time to play it, but I think it's a game that I have up there to wanting to play. Super Mario Bros. We're going to start off with that. And we're going to start off with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And I have never, I played the original Super Mario. My girlfriend has played Super Mario 2, and my family has played Super Mario Bros. On the Wii and Wii U. And this game looks like another good Super Mario 2D side-scrolling fun game. And I'm glad it's co-op, because now I get to play with my girlfriend, and we can play a lot of games together, and this is going to be great. And it's... I knew when I was playing with my cousins, when we played on the Wii, it was a lot of fun, and we definitely messed around with each other and tried to ruin the game for one another. So to see this game kind of bringing that back and all the fun and joy you can have in the game, and just the way it looks too, it looks fantastic. It definitely is bringing out that wonder, and it's kind of got that like chibi look of the characters. The characters look a little different, which is cool. And it seems like a really fun game. But the one that really, really is getting me is Sonic Superstars. Now, I played Sonic Mania. That game was awesome. And for another side-scrolling Sonic to come out on top of being co-op, oh man, I'm hyped. This game is going to be so fun. It's 3D with 2D elements. It's so sick. And the co-op is awesome. I love that you can play with other people. Comes that like messing with each other and using each other's abilities to help each other go through the level. And it just seems so much fun. Like, these two games are really good couch co-op, fun games to play with people, 4 players each. Like, it's going to be great. And that's something that I think a lot of people love about the Switch. So another game that is kind of a big one that many people were skeptical of it even coming out is Star Wars Outlaws. Like, I was not expecting another... I mean, I should be expecting it because Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, like, everybody has enjoyed those games and loves those games. I'm also glad that it's not EA making it. It's a different studio, Ubisoft, or producer. I'm glad they're doing it, like a new team going on it and trying to make like a pseudo 1313 that was originally going to come out. Kind of this cool bounty hunter. This is more like you know, gangster fun, like bounty hunter, cowboy experience. Like, they even have like the same thing with freaking Red Dead Redemption, so they're really playing on the cowboy aesthetic with this. So yeah, it looks like a great game. The combat looks fun. The cutscenes look amazing. The graphics look phenomenal. This is definitely a game that a lot of people are going to play, and definitely compare to with Jedi, because that was the real first big single-player game, and now it's Ubisoft's turn to show that other studios can make fun Star Wars single-player games. So I've always been like a fun survival action horror fan, and to see Alan Wake getting a sequel, I never played the first one, but to see this game, like, it's giving off Resident Evil 2 vibes, and for me, that's enough to buy it and play it. This game just looks so beautiful, so fun, so scary, that like it's giving me Resident Evil 2 vibes. Resident Evil 2 remake, I should say. And I'm excited to play it. The gameplay like genuinely reminds me of like the way RE2 looks. And it could be that they were inspired by RE2 and are going to make this game in a similar vein to that. And that's awesome, because Resident Evil 2 remake is great, and more more survival horror games should be a lot like that, especially in a vein like Alan Wake. So yeah, hyped up for that game too. Another game that I knew that I might play because I'm a big fighting game fan is Mortal Kombat 1. But what really fucking got me, that I was like, all right, I have to pick this up, is that there's fucking assists in Mortal Kombat. Like, what the fuck? Mortal Kombat, as far as I know, never had assists. I'm gonna look it up real quick. So yeah, it looks like Mortal Kombat has never had assists before. As somebody who came off Dragon Ball FighterZ, I'm hype for a game like Mortal Kombat with assists. I know that a lot of people might be apprehensive about it because Mortal Kombat has never really truly had assists before in its past games. So it's very good. It's going to make the game a lot different, which like is totally fine to be upset and apprehensive about it. But I think it adds a new layer to Mortal Kombat that may be needed to kind of bring in some players like myself who don't want to try it out because we like assists. Which is kind of a shitty reason to not play Mortal Kombat, but that's just me. So Yeah, I'm hype about it. The game looks great, and to have assists in the game is like adds a new layer to the way you play Mortal Kombat. And I think it's going to be enjoyable for people to have a new experience with the characters they all love in this like pseudo remake of the game, which I think is going to be a lot of fun for people. The last game or reveal that I'm excited about is surprisingly, and I mentioned it with Starfield, is Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Now, I know there's a big sour taste in everybody's mouth still with the way Cyberpunk was released, but Phantom Liberty looks to not only bring a new area, a new experience, a new kind of side quest to sink your teeth into, but it also is going to be bringing a lot of life changes to the game that they aren't even talking about, which is kind of nuts. I think it's crazy that they're kind of reinventing the way they made their like some of their core mechanics to fit the way they really want to make this game, on top of releasing like new guns, new area, new characters. Like they really are going all out to make Phantom Liberty a better version, like their true Cyberpunk like 1.0, which sucks that it took them like 3 years to do it, but I'm glad they stuck with it. And I'm glad that they're really trying to make the game enjoyable for the fans and enjoyable for a new audience that were apprehensive to play it. So those were all the games that I am interested in and looked at and saw that were like, wow, we should definitely be talking about these games, which they were mainly big hitters, so it's obvious. There weren't a lot of smaller games that I was interested in, which sucks, you know? That's just on me, though. That's not necessarily on the quality of what was shown at any of these game festivals or showcases. That's just me. I'm more of a big budget gamer. I like games that have a lot more, oomph behind them. But if there's a game that you enjoyed that I didn't talk about, please mention it in the comments below, and we'll talk there. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next stream. Deuces.